morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Friday, April 23rd, 2021, episode number 674. I'm Will. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and Bubba producing. I think we're making a Hard Factor crypto. Is that what's happening, Pat? You've been looking into that?
Yeah, no, I put a lot of work into it between a couple hours ago when we first talked about it and now. But yeah, the idea, guys,
you figured it all out by now?
I figured it all out. There's a Hard Factor crypto coming, and I think it's going to be, I know you guys are going to hate this, it's going to be kind of like a communist thing where you can own a piece of us, but it'll be capitalist too.
Can we make it as hard to get as SafeMoon?
Yeah, SafeMoon's so hard. But dude, honestly, that kind of worked out in my benefit, how hard SafeMoon is to get, because by the time I finally bought the thing to transfer to the thing, to buy the thing to transfer the thing,
everything
tanked.
Hey, guess what? We'll talk about why a lot of things are probably tanking later on in the buzz. Also, shout out listener Allison. She got married, got her husband a sweet Masters green jacket. Looked very nice.
Congrats.
Yes,
Yeah,
congratulations. Today's observations, it's April 23rd. It's Lover's Day plus movie theater day, which is a pretty good combo.
Ooh,
I think.
Yeah.
on a Friday, no less.
Guys,
there is.
Guys ever made love in a movie theater?
No, just heavy petting.
Yeah.
Close enough. Good enough. You know what I mean?
Stuff coming up. We got stereo. We're making our return to stereo today. What time is it going to be? And who's on? Crapshoot.
5 o'clock. Someone's 5 o'clock. Someone
Be a mystery guest.
Some time zone's 5 o'clock.
It is going to be 5 p.m. Eastern, Central, Mountain, or Pacific.
That's right.
And it will be 2 of the 4 Hard Factor hosts.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Big time.
Twitter, at Hard Factor News on Twitter to stay up to date and find out when we're going.
And
live.
Stereo. If you follow us on Stereo, you'll be able to see when we schedule it tomorrow afternoon.
You'll get the notification, and we'll post a story on Instagram at Hard Factor News also. What else? Oh, the Yuri interview dropping this weekend. Make sure you check that out because Yuri Talachko is an electric factory. Also, PFT commenter finally making his way back to the pod next Wednesday to talk Fat Boy Summer NFL Combine. So that's what's coming up.
He's got some big shoes to fill after Yuri. You don't want to be the guest after Yuri.
No. I mean, there's no chance he lives up.
Say.
We should just make him watch Yuri's interview.
Yeah.
That'll be his appearance on the show.
Well, he won't come on the show if he
can
sees
just
it.
commentate.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, boys, before we hop into the stories?
Oh, yeah, the New Jersey deli's worth like $2 billion. So we're gonna follow.
What do you mean by that?
How's that?
You said that on the Floorman Friday, patreon.com, $5 a month. What do you mean it's $2 billion?
I mean that they're kind of figuring out the market valuation, and it's not 100 million; it's more than 100 million. So just hang in there. We're gonna revisit that story because I know it's a hot one in the hive.
Well, now I am worried that we're gonna get rubbed out. Like 100 million.
Yeah, $2 billion.
Now there's bigger fish. Like there's international gangsters involved now.
Yeah, but other news outlets are reporting on it.
Yeah, but we're like calling the Molinas out and being like, look at this punk with his comments. And
no, Molina, he actually came in. He
apologized.
We shook hands, made up in the old YouTube comment section.
Yeah,
you love to see it.
He wants to keep us close so he can rub us out.
Right, yeah.
All right, let's hop into it. We got a bunch of stories, voicemails, and reviews at the end. But up first, it's the Daily Buzz. And at number 5 is Lizzo. She's releasing nude snaps now. So anybody who wants to follow her on Snapchat, go ahead. And it's all about body positivity. Here's her quote. She says, "It's not a political statement. It's just my body. When you see it, keep it pushing. Keep that same energy that you keep with all the other bodies you see. That's what my body normative really means to me. I'm here. Don't say anything. It's not a statement. It's my body." So good for Lizzo.
Let's get her a Fat Boy Summer shirt.
Yeah. Big time Fat Boy Summer vibes.
Yeah.
She'd probably rock it.
She would.
Yeah. Lizzo's awesome. She's awesome, man.
She needs to watch the Yuri interview because Yuri Talachko, big time body positivity guy. He's all about
He
that.
likes big women.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Also related, but not exactly related, Fat Wolverine was trending on Twitter because people were calling Ted Cruz Fat Wolverine because he kind of looks like Fat Wolverine. But here's what a good tweet describing the reaction to that. Calling Ted Cruz Fat Wolverine is so disrespectful to Wolverine and to fat people. It's a compliment that he absolutely does not deserve, which I totally agree. Hashtag Fat Boy Summer. So
Fucking Ted Cruz, man.
Yeah. That's what's trending in the fat world. Number 5. Number 4, David Dobrik. You guys remember this YouTuber?
No, I don't know who he is. I tried to like look him up today. No, I have no clue.
He's
who
a
this is.
24-year-old YouTuber. He's got tens of millions of followers on YouTube. He's kind of a douche nozzle. He's trending again because the guy who he almost killed, who was in his vlog squad, finally released the footage of what made him be upset with David. And I think Bubba's about to play that for you. We can kind of talk over it, but he's narrating what happens here. His name's Jeff Wittick.
So what is he? He's tied to a string, a rope, and that's tied to like a
and there's
construction equipment. And they're
correct
around a lake.
There is some audio to this, and so what Jeff's saying is that
I grabbed the fucking rope and I tried to make a goddamn funny video for people, but this is where I made a mistake.
Oh shit.
The biggest fucking idiot I know was driving it.
Oh, that's too dangerous. Oh my god. Oh my god.
yeah. So
Okay.
So he
So
crashes into the
What did he think was going to
crane.
happen?
So
Yeah.
David was driving the crane, and the crane was whipping Jeff around. That was he was on a rope attached to like the head, like the digger part of like the bobcat, and then he was just whipping him around, spinning him around this like shallow lake, and then the dude ended up falling like onto the equipment and then breaking his neck and his
But
face,
have they
requiring
never-
surgery.
Yeah, have they never played like tetherball? Like when you go around enough, like you're gonna come towards the middle. Also, like have they never seen like a rope swing where if you like don't let go, you're gonna come back towards the trees or at some point, unless they were going at the perfect exact same amount of speed, that was gonna end how that ended.
Mark, you should teach physics because that was a pretty good explanation, and it is true. I've been in a situation like this before that I guess Dobrik was in. First of all, you can't get mad at Dobrik because he's your
He's also allegedly
asshole
sexually
buddy.
assaulted his employees. He's a big bully. There's a lot of bad things about
for
David
that.
Dobrik.
Yes, but guys, if
Well,
one of you
also
guys
for
was-
this, he almost ended his friend's life.
Yeah, it was
guys,
almost like a manslaughter thing.
And Margera behind the fucking wheel.
okay, all right. So explain to me why you should be mad. Did David come and be like, "Hey, here's my heavy machinery license. I'm qualified to do this," or no?
But
was it a
David
bunch of assholes messing around?
was driving the machine.
From the very little I
He
found
could
out
see
about
what he was doing. to
David
this
Dobrik
man.
in the 10 minutes I did a research of him, he's like that piece of shit friend that stays sober and gets all of his other friends drunks and then completely manipulates them and puts them on the rope and then drives them to their death. Like that's like basically what this guy does is he's
a complete loser. Yeah.
he's a fucking asshole.
and
I'm
all
not
of
saying
his,
he's not a loser, but
his
my
vlog
point is,
squad is all turning on him because he's such an asshole.
Yeah,
guys all
he
showed
stays
up-
sober and gets all of these women drunk, and then his friends rape them. And then he's like, "Oh, the vlog squad. Sorry, I'm sober though, but I'm sober, so can't blame me. I'm a nice guy." He's not a nice guy.
I mean, it's like being part of like a Hollywood stunt crew where like no one knows what they're doing, and then getting pissed when you get injured on set.
That is true. The vibe was very
Yeah.
stunt crewish, and he's just like the big dickhead who is taking advantage of all these like sort of foolish.
They were all getting paid. They were all there to fucking do some.
Not as
stuff
much
that
as David.
paid.
Can guarantee you that.
He's
Like,
Geppetto.
very, very small amounts compared to David. Number 3, the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act passed in the Senate 94-1. With Josh Hawley being the sole opposing vote. It's a bill that just prioritizes hate crimes against Asians within the DOJ, but Hawley insisted this was just too much open-ended power to grant to the DOJ. And then the internet buried him in a pile of tweets wishing ill upon Josh Hawley for voting against it. So
Why are you going to be the one? Why are you going to be the one in that? Like, just
he's taking a stand. Drop
He's just-
line in the
what-
sand.
he wants attention, right? Like,
Right. It's attention.
Yeah. And for sure, he wanted that quote. He wanted
Yeah.
he wanted me to just say that right there. You
Yeah.
got it.
He was maybe like just first, like he thought that everyone was gonna be like, yeah, some pork and beans right here, right? Like,
yeah.
fuck
What if everyone
Asians,
tricked him?
right? Fuck these Asian cats, right? And then
Yeah.
Right. It's
It
not
wa-
like a spending bill. It's like
stopping hate. Too much pork and beans. It doesn't
like
leave
the-
a lot of room for hate.
it's like the Asian hate cases just like go through the courts faster now. Like that was like the bill. Okay. Anyways, yeah. There's a reason he's the only vote against it. He wanted the attention, and he probably could have voted for it. Number 2, Speaking of Congress, DC's statehood passed again in the House, and now protesters are headed to Senator Joe Manchin's houseboat, Almost Heaven, to scream at him and try to get the bill to pass in the Senate that would turn the city into a state. And speaking of DC, we're going to stay there because Biden unveiled the first tidbit of his new tax plan, and he wants to push through 43% capital gains taxes for the top bracket. That is effectively doubling capital gains taxes and ensuring that I'm not selling my house for at least 4 years.
Are you the top bracket?
You know what I took is capital losses.
No, I think Pat that capital gains, I'm not sure how they'll be applied, but when you sell your house, it's probably like, I don't know. I'm not taking any chances with this.
Well, aren't people saying, as you hinted at the top of the show, Will, like that maybe this is why like the crypto market crashed
Correct.
and a bunch of stuff because like
stock market as
all
well.
the people that have all the power and all the actual crypto, the top 1% that own 90% were like, maybe we should get a lot of it out.
There's a lot of articles begging
this
people not
happens.
to sell stuff, right?
Right, but they want to
Yeah.
sell before this goes in. So like,
Correct.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of articles begging people to not sell things.
So I'm sitting there with my gambling winnings in crypto, watching them go away, and I'm like, but I made the right gambling picks, and then yeah.
And they're like, the tax man cometh. Number one in the buzz today, fellas, is Ben Shapiro. He posted an insane Instagram story in defiance of the Home Depot boycott by some churches in Georgia. And I hear, Bubba, just roll the clip. This is the number one resistor in America today, Ben Shapiro.
You can see, I just went shopping at Home Depot. You should do the same. This wood, this board, this magnificent piece of poplar is now mine.
So he went to Home Depot and he bought a single small piece of wood and then put it in a grocery bag. And
Yeah,
filmed
he didn't want
himself
his
in the parking
flimsy,
lot.
he didn't want his dainty hands getting splinters in a bag.
Yeah. So if anybody's ever bought wood before, it's not a typical purchase there. You wouldn't necessarily buy a single small piece of wood to do anything from a Home Depot. And you certainly wouldn't put it in a grocery bag if you're about to go take it to the job site. Anyways, he was getting dunked on by everybody because he's obviously never been to Home Depot before. Also, Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather may box in June. And that's the best. What's up, Wes.
You guys Lowe's guys or Home Depot guys?
Oh, Home Depot all the way.
Really? I'm a Lowe's guy. I don't know.
What the
I'm
fuck
also
is
a Lowe's guy.
What? Home Depot. Home Depot shits on Lowe's. Lowe's has got nothing. No locations, and their prices are higher.
You know,
I don't know about all that, but
I could go either way, but I'll
the
tell you
color
what.
better.
On the road I live on, Lowe's is 10 feet before Home Depot. Which is a big factor.
that's probably why I'm a Lowe's guy, Mark.
Lowe's is such
It's the first left.
Lowe's is such garbage. You know why I love Home Depot? Because I don't know about Lowe's, but I know that you can take anything to Home Depot and they'll take it back as if you bought it from Home Depot. Like their return policy is so friendly that I did buy a grill.
I did buy a grill from Lowe's, and they were mean to my wife and I in terms of the customer service. They went straight to they went straight to the rich old people that were buying the nice grill and like gave me and my wife no time, so we had to wait 45 minutes to get the grill that we already knew while the old couple's asking a billion questions, and I was like, can you just bring this fucking grill to the front?
Sounds like you need to try Home Depot.
Maybe.
Don't do it.
Maybe. All right. Well, hey guys, have you ever had a bird shit on you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody hasn't they?
Like direct?
Yeah. Some people do it for pleasure.
Okay.
What?
It happened at a golf tournament one time to me.
You got shit on during a golf tournament?
Well, no, I was walking around a golf tournament and bird shit on me. Had bird shit on me the rest of the day.
You should have won that
Partly why I
tournament.
wear
It's good luck.
tighter shirts now, because I used to wear boxier shirts, the Hanes beefy tees, and
You get shit on all the time.
well, bird shit, and it was like, honestly, it was like a once in a lifetime. It was like a hole in one for the bird. It went down my back. It went,
No way.
Ooh.
That's awesome. Speaking
I've
of
only
hole
got
ones-
it on just like on the shirt or the shorts. Yeah.
Interesting.
But
That's
definitely.
crazy. I've not
You've never been, birds
No.
never shit on you?
No, my story is like the hole in one. Like one time growing up, a group of birds pooped in my driveway, and there wasn't any cars in there because it was like I was playing basketball. Like when I was growing up a lot, so I'd make my parents like park on the street, and then woke up in the morning, and like 50 birds had shit on the backboard and right around the hoop. Like it looked like all of them flew by and tried to make a basket, which was awesome. It was like pretty clear. Anyways, that kind of is kind of what happened. My story is kind of what happened to a very unlucky family in Burbank, California, who was enjoying a nice spring day outdoors together, hanging out in their swimming pool, when a low-flying plane went overhead and dumped its entire load of waste all over their deck and yard.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's
I love
gross.
this already, man.
Yeah.
So that must have been an accident by the plane, right? They didn't mean to.
Well,
Yeah,
you know where it wasn't an
yeah.
accident, Will? When Dave Matthews Band did it from their tour bus through a graded bridge, and it landed on a bunch of people who were on boats underneath the bridge.
Oh,
So I don't know. That was on
like-
purpose. I don't know
like
if
the
this was
ants were
on purpose.
marching. That's a commercial plane, mind you. This wasn't a crop dusting from a small plane, because this family's home is directly in the path of the Burbank airport. Really put a damper on the afternoon, or should I say a dumper?
At
It
least
was
it
a
was
sud-
higher end dumps. You wouldn't
Well-
want to get LAX dumps. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah, but you got like Lou from Illinois shit on your deck now.
Not at Bob
Yeah.
Hope International, bro.
You can smell it too.
No.
Yeah, you can. That's an Illinois shit. It was a Sunday afternoon when, to the horror of the Steinbergs family, droplets started approaching them, starting off as tiny specks at first and ending up as big brown gloops all over their property. All of a sudden, we smelled this horrible stench. Oh, sorry. All of a sudden, we smelled this horrible stench, 11-year-old daughter Ellie Steinberg said. Family friend Gianna said, at first I thought it was fertilizer from the neighbor's yard that made us all gag. But upon closer examination, we all realized it was the new lawn ornaments were definitely stinky human waste turds. So pretty bad day for the Steinberg family and their friends that they had over to the pool.
So how did it only hit one house?
It didn't hit only one house. It's just they only interviewed the Steinbergs. The matriarch, Michelle Steinberg, said, I've done a little bit of Googling since it happened, of course, and people say, oh, they can't dump. That's not how the system works, but there could be leaks, there could be cracks, there could be problems in the plane, so ideally they get whatever is wrong fixed so it doesn't happen to anybody else. Because, they really ruined this family's
I mean,
time.
I don't know shit about aviation, but my guess is they can dump, because you're talking about a plane flying through the air. It's magic, right? And we've all seen every movie ever where there's an issue on a plane and they're like, we got to lose some weight, right? Like that happens. The first thing you're going to want to lose is
The shit.
the human waste.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's
bouncing around.
possible, Pat. They also say the planes can't crash, right? And sometimes they do. I'm sure they can hit a button.
Oh, I hope no
Mich-
one's mouth was open.
Why not? At that point, you might as well just, yeah.
Get in your eye.
Drown yourself in the pool.
You just murder your children.
Imagine if there's a kid.
You just walk straight to the airport, climb the fence, and just get in a fist fight with someone at the airport. I don't know.
I mean, imagine if you had a kid who just was obsessed with shit and was running around the yard playing with it, throwing it at everybody.
Exactly. The kid and the dog are covered in shit and running it through the house.
Rolling in it.
Wait, Will, are you proposing that a kid would be
Like a
obsessed
kid
with
who,
shit
likes
and then this
playing
is
with
his
shit?
lucky day?
Yeah, he's
It's-
yes,
Okay.
he fucking sprints out and starts running around.
It's
throwing
his
shit.
lucky day, but not
That's
the
a
other
never
people's.
scenario. The scenario is possible that the kid could not know it's shit and play around, but the idea of a kid
No,
loving
he smells
shit
it.
and-
He smells it. The kid's
he's
standing in his house,
Brushing
and
his teeth with
he's
it and
at the
putting it on his
slide door.
face.
He's sniffs it. He's like, oh, that's shit. And he sprints outside and he just starts hucking it at people.
Maybe that's why the family moved to the airport. Michelle took it a step further, collecting some samples to send in so the Burbank airport could examine it. And they said, we don't examine poop.
Right. You write a letter
Sorry,
to
ma'am.
everyone that was on the flight in question and ask them for samples that can
Right,
cross-reference.
They're like, no, ma'am, we're not going to examine the poop you brought in from your yard. They're like, what we will do is pass it to the Federal Aviation Administration, who said, oh yeah, we're going to get right on that, confirming if the shit you sent in is shit. Yeah. Well,
We'll make it real easy for you to sue us.
you know what? It is shit that you sent us. Apparently it was a splattering as the Steinbergs' neighbors also got hit with the turd tsunami, Will, but they just didn't really want to talk about it that much. Just
They didn't want to
Steinbergs-
put their names out there as the people that got shit on by an airplane.
Steinbergs couldn't shut up about it.
Right.
They
I
will
have-
look up every time an airplane goes over them now.
Oh, they gotta
every
move.
time.
They have to move. You could haunt that family so easily. I have a theory. I think someone unleashed an unbearably stinky shit on the plane, and after God knows how long of the flight attendants and the back rows nearly fainting, someone pulled the magic lever you're not supposed to pull, thinking they were close enough to the airport that they'd get away with it. I don't know. Maybe because they couldn't bear the thought of having to clean the bathroom in the 20-minute turnaround before the next flight took off, and they just were like, we got to dump it now.
I mean, it seems like what you're describing, Mark, if there was a lever, it would get pulled a lot more often because it seems like there's no accountability here. There's no recourse that this family can do.
Well, how come they haven't identified the airplane?
It's got to be sweet if you're a pilot and you're frustrated that day and you accidentally hit the lever. You know, it would happen more often.
I think that like it's an automatic firing of every like flight attendant if it happens, so that they give you like the horror story. Like this story is going to be this story for the next 20 years.
Right,
like, you want to get fired like the Burbank crew, but like the shit was so bad that they didn't care.
There's no way they're not going to identify this plane, and these fucking people on the airline are gonna the Steinbergs are not letting it go, right? I mean,
they're collecting the shit. The Steinbergs are not letting it go.
Yeah, they're fucking taking this.
Way.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you,
Home Depot getting some supplies. Good luck selling that house, dude. They're gonna have to cement in that pool. Someone got murdered there.
They said they washed it up. You're right, Pat. They said they rinsed it off with the hose, but they're like, we need a more thorough cleaning. It's not even
you got to get some bank for this out of the airline for sure.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. But
at least a fresh paint, like a coat of paint and roof, like. Yeah,
like Wes said, it was Lou from Illinois, and it was so bad in the air that they had to get rid of it, and now it's all over their property. Guys, you know what they probably should do is brush their teeth and chew some gum after that story. You know, everyone knows you need to brush your teeth and you're supposed to floss for oral health, but did you know that chewing gum can be a major tool to support your oral health? Well, Quip gum, that is. A few short years ago, Quip reinvented the toothbrush for the modern age. They've done it again, this time for chewing gum. Not only is the gum delicious with the long-lasting mint flavor, but it can prevent cavities if chewed 20 minutes after eating, and it comes in a super sleek travel-ready dispenser you can get in 5 colors and in metal or plastic. In addition to gum packs, Quip also delivers fresh brush head, floss, and toothpaste refills every 3 months from $5. Shipping is free, so you can save money and skip the misery of in-store shopping. 5 million mouths use Quip products because they're incredible. And if you go to quip.com/factor right now, you can get a free plastic dispenser with any refill plan. That's a free dispenser at getquip.com/factor, spelled GETQUIP.com/factor. You can also find the Quip electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and more in the oral care aisle at your local Walmart. Quip, the good habits company.
Nice. All right, guys. This one comes from Matt Pellegrino out of Italia. I don't know if Matt gets any of that Pellegrino or that mineral water money. Hopefully he does. But anyway, guys, they say you should find a job that you love doing. And you'll never work a day in your life, right? That's the saying. Or better yet, you can do what 67-year-old Salvatore Scamacci did. Find a job that still pays you even when you haven't shown up for 15 years.
That's probably better.
It's better, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah. So 15 years, Salvatore Scamacci, now dubbed the king of absentees by the Italian press, who lives in Catanzaro, Italy, which, by the way, is located on the Mediterranean Sea, kind of on the ball of the foot in Italy's boot. He wandered the beautiful streets and beaches of Catanzaro, walking past shops and restaurants each week, and he would go to his mailbox and collect a paycheck from the local hospital, where on paper he still worked, but hadn't been there since 2005.
What?
He's like a Big East football player.
Well, and how would they not notice? And
Well, here's what he did. So he used to work for the Arnaldo Pugliese Ciaccio hospital in that city as a safety officer. But after a while, he said, meh, not for me. So he stopped showing up and decided the best way to keep getting paid from his female director was to use the age-old method of threatening her and scaring her to believe she would be killed if she told anyone of his absence.
Whoa.
Yeah, a little bit of coercion.
You're going to say I was here.
Yeah. I work every day.
What time did I show up?
He intimidated somebody?
I was the first one in and the last one out, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For him.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So as authorities described, the suspect's absentee abuse started in 2005 when a distinguished person allegedly threatened the hospital director and warned her not to file a disciplinary report against Scamacci, and she obliged. And when she finally retired, she mentioned nothing of Scamacci's employment, and he just kind of slipped through the cracks because the new guy just didn't care, so he just didn't check the paperwork.
So like they had a fucking pushover, and then they had an idiot, in
terribly
charge of this
run
hospital.
Yeah,
And
terribly
he's
run
cashing,
hospital.
and he's cashing the checks.
He's cashing the checks.
Oh.
He's cashing the checks to
Mamma mia! This
Yeah,
is a
Mamma
bad
mia.
look for Italy.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's cashing the checks to the tune of almost $650,000 from the hospital over the years. So a complete investigation. The cops called Operation Part-Time was done, and he is now being charged with abuse of office, forgery, and aggravated extortion in connection with the scheme. Also,
they're catching up on it. Oh,
they're looking into if anyone else in the hospital, probably the payroll department might have had to been on the
he
scam
probably
as well.
threatened them too.
Yeah.
Lots of threats. I would
Yeah.
check the whole town. Who's this notable guy that was like out there threatening? That sounds like it was a mobster. So like,
of course that was a mobster.
Okay,
Say his name again.
Scamucci.
No, but his
Salvatore.
his friend though was like the notable guy
Distinguished
who made
guy,
a distinguished gentleman who made a threat against the hospital. Oh man, there's probably they got to clean up this guy's mess.
Yeah. So, but hey,
Not-
he had
that's not good.
it's a great run,
It's good for
15
that
years.
guy. Yeah, but now he's in jail though, right?
Yeah, you could tell on me, but is it worth not seeing your family again?
Yeah.
Would you take jail for 15 years of payment and no work?
Probably.
Right?
How long are we talking jail?
He's 67 now, so I mean his best years are behind him.
Yeah, I mean he had 52 to 67 just scot free, just at the
probably
beach
just-
getting paid.
Probably just drift off into the ocean and drown at that point before you go to jail. You had a good run, 15 years.
Yeah.
It's like the Patriots, you know.
Yeah.
Everything comes to an end.
He's also pretty sneaky. He could just go on the run.
Yeah. I mean he's got the cash somewhere.
All right.
He could steal. He could convince the hospital to give him a body to frame as his dead body, and then he could,
Let's
look
threaten
at that.
the cops.
Yeah.
I got a feel good Friday story, guys.
Oh, very
Nice.
good.
So strap in. A Western Illinois man who lost his father back in 2016 honored his dad and former bowling buddy by filling his bowling ball with his dad's ashes and then bowling the shit out of a perfect game with that ball. Hell yeah. Look at that. When interviewed, John Hinkle Jr. said, quote, "It was like there were two of us bowling that day."
So when you showed us a picture of the ball, he's pointing to a black dot. Was that the ashes
That's
inserted?
the insert, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you guys might be sitting there saying to yourself, yeah, that's cool and all, but isn't it selfish to leave a trail of ashes of a dead man on a perfectly rolled bowling lane? That's what I was thinking. But it turns out that this former NCAA bowler uses a special two-handed technique that doesn't utilize the thumb hole. So Hinkle filled that thumb hole with his dad's ashes and then sealed it up. I'm guessing his father was a smaller man.
So he added weight to the ball and cheated.
Well, I mean, I guess, how much do ashes weigh? I don't know.
Relatively light, I'd think. But
I'd
Yeah,
like to see.
add
I'd like
weight
to-
to the ball.
They're pretty light.
Well, he
it's
sealed
like
up a
corking your
thumb
bat.
hole.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
corking your
it's not-
bat.
Yeah,
Baseball.
he corked the ball. I'd like to see. I think they need to do some research into this ball.
Has
because I
this
think-
score been verified by the American
Asterisk.
Bowling Association?
Yeah,
Yeah,
asterisk.
guys, and the guy's bowled like a fucking 100 perfect games, right? He just
Has
didn't
he?
want to say that because he didn't
How
want
many
to take away-
college champions have bowled perfect games?
Oh, dude, if you're
Probably
good, you
all of
bowl a
them.
perfect game
I
a
think
week.
so.
Yeah.
No chance.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Wes, back me up here.
Yeah. If you are a collegiate level bowler, you have absolutely bowled a perfect game. I would feel like, yeah.
With a corked ball.
It's like 12 strikes in a row. It's not that hard.
13. Is what it
13,
is.
whatever. It's not that
Is that
hard.
right?
What do you want? He didn't say it was
12,
like
yeah,
12 of us
12,
bowling that day. I made that up.
I've bowled a 240. There's no way that these guys aren't bowling perfect games.
Yeah, that was really rude too because your son bowled like an 89.
That's right,
and you-
Will.
You just kept pouring it on.
240.
What a score.
Were you looking around to see if anyone else was watching you?
I knew they were watching. I didn't have to look around.
He's like waiting until people get back with their drinks and food.
Hinkle did say, guys, it's a special day. Dad shot some 298s and some 299s, but he never had a 300.
That's cool. I like that.
Oh, wait, so he won up his dad?
No, he gave his dad a
Well,
perfect
his
game.
dad finally got
Oh,
the perfect game.
Oh. Well, kinda.
Yeah.
It's still
It's a
his son.
feel-good Friday story, you pieces of fucking
Well,
shit.
no,
What are we
I
talking about shit and fucking
Well, I mean,
Ben
well, it's
Shapiro so far in the show. This is good. Roll with it.
Look,
roll with it. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my dad's ashes in a golf ball and get a hole in one with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep golfing until that ball goes. What if you lost that ball in the lake?
Keep slapping him around.
I was like, what is this guy like?
Ashes.
Just like Dad, like he liked to do somersaults. He liked to get dizzy.
What do you do with the rest of them? All right, guys. Yeah. Anyway, it's Feel Good Friday, so that was pretty nice.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, because one more thing, after years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after we talked to them and we use their service, it all makes sense. There isn't a catch, guys. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. So there's no middleman, retail store expenses, overhead, all that noise that get passed down to you, the customer, in the form of mystery fees. Mint just passes on sweet savings direct to you. And guys, we're talking about swapping out your SIM card, keeping your same phone, keeping your same number, and paying like 10% of what you probably pay right now for the same coverage. Why wouldn't you? All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. So try it, and if you don't like it, get the money back, but it's like no money anyway. So you
$15 a month is like literally nothing.
Yeah, right. So guys, you can just switch to Mint Mobile, get the premium wireless service for just $15 a month. Why wouldn't you? And if you want to get the wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, all you got to do is go to mintmobile.com/hard factor. That's Mint, MINT, mobile.com/hard factor. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month, mintmobile.com/hard factor.
Yeah.
Jesus.
$15 is so cheap. You just can immediately pick up like another habit that you just,
Or get another phone and start.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to save up right now with all those taxes coming. So you want to switch to Mint so you can pay taxes.
You're not in the top bracket, Will.
Depending on the
He's
habit,
doubling it. It's crazy.
depending on the habit, you could pick up a couple. You could smoke.
Good thing.
You could.
Yeah,
smoke
is it?
and do
It's not
something
good
else.
for my home sale. That's for sure.
Check into it first.
You have a lot of upgrades. Guys, Perry Peacock of Washington, Missouri is a man who really loves a nice view. And when something obstructs his nice view, he gets very angry. And when Perry Peacock gets angry, he breaks out his chainsaw and gets to work. And that's what he did when 150 trees were ruining his view of the river. He fucking took the trees down.
That's why you have the guy with the chainsaw behind
That's why I got the chainsaw. That's not Perry Peacock. I just couldn't find a fucking picture of him. So
that guy looks like he's never held a chainsaw in his life. The guy behind you.
50 trees.
He went to Home Depot. Huh?
He got carried away, man.
He got carried away. So here's the news story. I'm just going to play for you. Anyway, you guys get the idea.
Oh, man. I hope so bad that he's the new guy. I hope that he's the new guy that's like, I'm going to move to Missouri, and I'm new in Missouri, and I love Missouri, and I want to see that river, and doesn't fucking understand the culture.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, but the culture everywhere is that you can't cut down trees on not your property, right?
Right, but especially in places like Missouri, Oregon, Washington.
Well, so why was he cutting it down? He just wanted to see that. I don't know. He was on meth, right? Because it was meth.
So according to his defense, he's in the police report, he said, quote, a lot of trees had overgrowth, vines, and things like that. He felt a lot of those trees were going to die anyway. So we went there and cleaned them out so we could have a better view of the river. And those trees were on public, the city land, and also the Pacific Union Railroad land owned part of that. So they estimated, they had this tree service company, this Hanson's Tree, go in and estimate the fucking how much these trees cost. They said that the trees on the public land were valued at $40,000, and the other 37 owned by Union Pacific were $17,000
a piece, right?
No, total.
Oh, trees are so
value.
expensive. That's surprising that it's that cheap.
I was shocked.
Probably some shitty trees.
Look, that's a shitty defense. What is he talking about?
Also, like those trees really. Can they say that's the value? They weren't going to sell the wood.
No.
That's like that's a little bit ridiculous. I think it's just say you defaced public property and you have to like pay that. Like it's ridiculous to say like, oh, he ruined $60,000 of trees,
150 trees.
He cut down trees. That's it. Like,
It
What
might
do you
be
think
like-
is going to happen? There's
might be
150
based on-
trees he left in his wake. Like,
Yeah, what are they going to do with
a lot of trees.
That's also a bad view of all these trees laying on the ground. Like maybe they gauge it on the people's angry reactions. Like that guy Rick, that was $20,000 worth of anger from the guy in the truck. Like you could have just gauged it off of like the locals wanting to kill him or not. Like depending on
I don't think the locals really cared. I think that when you go with someone and you ask them about how they feel about someone cutting down trees, it's like you got to be like, yeah, it's terrible.
I don't know.
I don't know. But
It's a
Peacock
psycho
says
move.
Peacock says he didn't know the rules, but he knew the rules. It was just a whole lot quicker to do it this way versus go through the city and get all the permits he needed. He just went down there at night with his chainsaw and took care of business. So
He didn't. What? Okay.
So
what?
Also, if you have to cut
I don't
down
get it.
150 trees on 2 separate properties, maybe your house just isn't on riverfront property. You know, like maybe you just bought a lot that just isn't riverfront, man. If you have to cut down 150 trees to see the river,
I'm not even convinced that his house was
No,
the
it
view.
doesn't sound like it.
I think he just didn't like these trees because they look dingy and dead, and he was just like,
oh,
I'm
he's
gonna
just
be
saying like it's shitty looking.
He's
trees.
that
I just
crazy,
don't-
Will.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that he like it was near his house, but it's
Yeah.
like on the way to his house, and he
It's
just
Oh, I
like
thought
a
he was like-
stroll lane.
Oh, I thought he was like cutting it out so he could see a
should
body
have
of
said
water.
I was on drugs or these were a fire hazard or anything besides the fact that I don't like trees. Yeah.
It might be the
absolutely
house. I'm not sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
a psycho thing to do.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get to voicemails and reviews. If you're new to the show, here's the deal. If you leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, we will read it verbatim as long as it's not racist. Wes is our racist fact checker. He'll make sure that you don't try to slip any racism in there subtly.
Don't try it. Don't try it.
Don't try it. He's like the sheriff.
Is
And
the
then we have
symbol
a,
racist or no?
What's that? It's not racist at all.
All right.
Wes has told me that the Florida flag behind me is borderline, so I got to watch out.
That's true. You're on
Be
his
careful.
list.
we also, guys, have a voicemail number. It's 512-270-1480. Leave us a voicemail. Questions are encouraged. But let's get into voicemails first. Bubba, could you please play the first voicemail?
Is that the sound of the voicemail? That deep breathing?
Excuse me.
That was that was you. That was you.
Hey guys, it's Jason here listening in upstate New York. I've been a listener for over a year since when the pandemic was raging on. I got to take Wed's side on this with not giving up organs for donation. When my mom passed away several years ago from cancer, it was revealed that she was, I'm sorry for the pause there, that her organs were no good. So if you have cancer and you wind up dying from it, your organs aren't going to be good anyway, so what's the friggin' point? So I got to take Wed's side on this one. Anyway, I enjoy the show, and as I'm recording this voicemail on a Friday, have a great fucking day and a great fucking weekend.
Yeah, great fucking weekend. Good
Smart
time.
man. Thank
Yep.
you, sir.
And there's an anecdotal example of why organ donation is not worth it.
Right, Wes, because you could have
perfect.
cancer and then it
Because I
wouldn't be
will
worth
get cancer and it will destroy my organs.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, next voicemail.
What's up? Bob Apps, aka Bob Apps. Just checking in with you. I hadn't talked to you in a while. Just wanted to say what's up. Let you know that things are going really good in my end. Got a new job. Been smoking a lot of weed. I will be celebrating Fat Boy Summer.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I'm only about 165 pounds, soaking wet, skinny
That's
as a
okay, Bob.
motherfucker, but I will be celebrating hard.
Hell yeah, Bob.
And
Apps.
just checking in, saying hey, letting you know that. Love the podcast. Still loving it every day. And fuck me. Fuck. I gotta go. Being pulled over.
What?
I don't know what for, what speeding or anything, but wish me luck.
Oh no.
Hopefully I don't.
Oh, no.
All right, guys.
Oh no. That was going so well.
That was Robert Apps, longtime listener, huge appetizers guy, which really surprised me that he's 165 soaking wet with the amount of apps he goes
Well,
to.
no,
but
because he's a light eater, right? He eats a little bit at a time. That's why they call him Bob Apps. He has
That's right.
appetizer sized portion
It's
all
a-
the time.
He says bring it out with the entrees. Let me get the apples.
But Bob, we hope you're okay. Hashtag free Bob Apps.
Yeah, free Bob Apps. What the fuck, man?
fuck?
Bob
Yeah,
Apps is also
let us know what
celebrating-
happened.
Yeah.
Also, Bob, if you didn't get like really busted there or murdered by a fake cop, then and you have some money that you didn't get a huge ticket, can you buy a Fat Boy Summer tank? Because
Oh,
we
the
need
tanks.
skinny guys repping the Fat Boy Summer tank.
The
like
tanks.
you.
Well, everybody should rep
Yeah,
the tanks, especially that new one, the island theme.
That's right. Send in some pictures of you once you're out of jail, Bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna make mine a
Tank.
tankini. All right, let's play the next one.
Hey boys, it's RG from Dallas. I just caught up on my last week and a half of Hard Factor, and I put it on the hyperspeed. I suggest y'all listening to yourself on hyperspeed because you guys really can talk, and it was pretty interesting to listen to. But I'm really pissed off because the whole Dogecoin and Pat gave that little tip about crypto going public last week. So this is why you should listen to Hard Factor every day. Just had to call in and let y'all know that I fucked up. And I'm tuning in every day from now on again. Have a great fucking day.
The reason I wanted to play this one,
Dallas, she dodged a bullet. Crypto shot the bed. Besides the one day she's talking about.
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
Doge is still a great buy if you had it at 5 cents.
Not good. I'm not as concerned as Mark is, but the market's not been good.
Well, I just got out, so I'm not concerned anymore.
He's out. Okay, let's play the next voice.
Well, yeah, no, Mark's doing the hey, I don't want to be capital gains taxed. Everybody can understand that.
I took my gambling monies that they took.
Affect Mark.
It was a 10% crypto fine because I waited and hoped the market went up, and then I lost my 10%, and then I took my 90% of winnings and left.
There you go. So
people don't like double taxes. It's going to put a little damper.
But listening to us on 2x is a great idea. Which is for me, it's like 4x with the amount of Adderall I'm on. So
one of them goes 3x, right? Because I think Spotify goes 2.5. Podcast goes 2. Yeah.
Get the news faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I've tried to listen to us on speed up before. I know what she's talking about. I mean, you've got a strong mind if you can follow that, Ryan, because I can't do it. I can't even do it.
You guys want to try to talk really? You guys want to talk really fast for 5 seconds? And then if you listen to that 5 seconds, it's going like 5 times. If you guys want to talk really fast, we're going to quote 5.
Whoa, that's heady. Next voicemail, Bubba.
Hey guys, calling out in California. So I know I'm a little late on this because it has been a week since the Masters and everything, but PFT talked about on Part of My Take one time about you guys quitting your jobs during March Madness and then finding another job after the Masters. Now, I personally just quit a job. What is the funnest way you've ever quit a job? Just asking. Like me, I wanted to... No, I just quit because it's my family's company and fuck them. But I love you guys.
Fuck you, Dad.
Oh, that's awesome.
Colin's hilarious.
So we were talking about this earlier in the week, right? Like, I mean, we've quit jobs in our 20s. I know I have.
I mean, Wes has the funniest quit.
Yeah. Let's do that one.
Yeah. I think the best quit though is always when you get to tell somebody off, like at that personally. But
yeah, Wes, tell your quit story.
Well, yeah, and it's a story that PFT claims is his own. But the bagel, when we all lived in Charlottesville, there was a bagel place that hired me, and I walked into my first day, and it was 6 a.m. and the line was out the door, and I said no thanks, and I turned around and didn't even start my shift.
Did you even go in the store? Did you even have the shirt on? Did you have the?
Dude, I don't remember. I remember
Bodo's bagels.
Yeah. I forget that. Yeah, it began with
Bodo's.
Bodo's. Yeah. It looked like it was going to be a very busy job, and it was 6 a.m, and I was like, I'm going to go back to bed.
They had the best egg sandwiches. Yeah, people like their Bodo's.
Yeah.
I love that day. I remember I was like, Wes and I were in this apartment together, and we had just both moved to that city. And I come out and Wes is just chilling, eating breakfast. And I'm like, wait,
on his first day, yeah, he's eating Bodo's. He just got in the drive-through line.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here.
That's great.
All right, fifth and final voicemail, Bubs.
Hey there, guys. Colt from Iowa. Name's not Cole. It's Colt with a T. You know T, Pat. It's what you're low in. Anyway, sorry about the health message last week. Realize now probably not the right audience. My bad. You guys got a good platform. You can spread a good message. That's, sorry about it, though. I'd like to apologize to all the Lizzo fans out there. Maybe we can make some type of rule for Fat Boy Summer. Do one thing a week to make yourself better, because that's fucking hard. That's what the Hive's about.
Okay.
I don't know. You guys can discuss that. But Pat, you're in your mid-50s, dude. You gotta start taking care of yourself. You got a kid now. I want to see you guys doing this for a long time. You gotta start, just taking care of yourself, man. All right, love you guys. Have a great fucking day, especially you, Patrick.
Ooh.
Colt coming with the heat.
Colt brought the heat. Yeah.
Didn't he have another voicemail? Maybe you're gonna play.
That was
it,
the
but
one last week where
you were saying
we
were being
busted
too
on him.
fat.
We said, "Why are you guys doing Fat Boy Summer? I thought you were doing Fatathon." Like, what's with? Yeah.
All right, so he's
Passionate.
proposing. Yeah,
I like one good thing a week. That's
I don't
fair.
mind it. I don't mind it. So the rule we got out of him last week was no portion or unit shaming / don't be a dick,
Right.
because people felt like his message was a little strong. But
Yes.
I think that maybe Colt's going to be responsible for two rules here.
Look at that.
And then the next one would be, I don't know if it should have to be a workout, but how would you phrase that?
It's like the philanthropy portion of being in a fraternity, right?
Yes.
It's not a lot. It's just a little something for you or your community.
But it's not a treat. Treat somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you-
or yourself, but yourself would have to be healthy.
Well, but everything else is about treating yourself.
Yeah, I know. I think it should be. I think it should be like one exercise oriented. It could be walking, but like one time a week where you take the stairs.
I'm gonna smoke one less cigarette.
That works. That works.
I kind of like where you do something nice, like and you get someone else like you buy like a homeless guy like a small McDonald's fries. You ingratiate him into the indulgence and the living your best summer,
Well,
and you're also feeding
maybe it's
him,
3 rules then. Maybe
Spring
it's
for the
maybe
lard,
Colt's
man. He's
responsible for 3 rules. One,
You know what I mean.
better yourself once a week, and one you have to do something philanthropic once a week.
Maybe so. I do know that this calls for rule number 7. I don't think we've struck it in stone yet.
Hey,
But
he said talk amongst yourselves. We got some
we're gonna figure this out. But everybody, be on the lookout. Be thinking. Submit to us your ideas of self-improvement for Fat Boy Summer.
There's
The
also
self-improvement rule.
There's also a above one rule, like above one, like that. Like we're gonna have this list of rules, but like the golden rule is gonna be like you don't have to do fucking anything. The rules.
Well, I think like rule number 2 is relax / chill out.
Right.
And I think that's
you don't need to like check on the rules.
Right. Well, that sort of supersedes the other ones.
Yes.
Shirt optional. The first 2 rules: shirt optional and relax / chill out. Those really take precedence. And then the rest of them are guidelines for how to have a great Fat Boy Summer.
Exactly.
Right.
So there you go. All right, guys, that was voicemails. Fun group. Really enjoyed them. Let's take it to reviews real quick. Bubba, if you wouldn't mind putting up the first review, that'd be a delight. This is from Kurt Frang. And the title is Movie Snob Pat, 5 stars. Pat, you remade the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Stop acting like some highbrow movie producer. Been listening since the first show. Keep up the good work, boys.
Damn.
Kurt Frank is hilarious.
Brought it.
He has no respect for Texas Chainsaw.
It's not exactly Casablanca, right? It's like
Hasn't
What do you
even
guys
seen
say
it
to
yet.
Pat?
yeah.
Oh, Kurt.
It's a horror remake.
What have I
That's
been
good.
acting like a highbrow producer? I feel like if I was doing that,
Yeah.
I'd have sexual assault charges against me. No, Kurt, I'm sorry. It's not my first movie. It won't be my last. You could do a little research on me before insulting me.
Nice.
But you're talking to an Emmy-nominated producer, you asshole. When was the last movie you made, Kurt?
Oh
yeah,
no.
Kurt better have made a good movie.
What if it's like
that's good. If it's better than mine, that's
what
fine.
if it's like Michael Bay's Burner?
Here, we'll do this, Kurt. Why don't we put yours against mine at the box office?
Okay. What's your biggest box office hit, Pat?
It's gonna be the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. No, my biggest box office gross to date is like $2,000 for Two Step. I don't want to.
But
talk
that
about
movie was good.
Well, Two Step though, I still would say you could put that up against like 99.9% of society. They don't have
100%
more
of
box
Rotten
office.
Tomatoes. That's in the
True.
90 percentile, right?
Yeah, and New York Times critic pick. I don't want to talk about it. Premiered
Okay.
at South by Southwest. Not a big deal. Shortlisted for Venice Film Festival. It's not a big deal.
He still got you pretty good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, keep talking about the movies. I'm sure Kurt's
Yeah,
not loving it.
proving his point a little bit.
Okay, Kurt. Yeah, just turn on any streaming service and you can find one of my movies, Kurt, but that's fine. Bubba, the next one, please. 6 stars from Raj R. Klotz. Hey,
nice.
If you like my review, and I hope you do, this is a Wes. Wes, can you actually read this?
Hey, If you like my review, and I hope you do, there's no one that does it better than the news circuit buzzing.
Well,
in the news circuit, buzzing. I
Botched a
botched
few
it.
words there, but the first
Jesus
sentence. Wow.
That's why I had to do the. That's why I had to do the ad.
Jesus
Wow.
8
Christ.
times before I did it.
Oh, it's like a sentence and a half.
What you-
Oh my god.
Let me see it again. Hey, if you like my review, and I hope you do, there is no one that does it better in the news circuit.
There it is.
Buzzing.
Nailed it.
There you go.
Hell yeah. All right, next review, Bubs. Okay, this one is from State Department 1515. Great show, 5 stars. Please don't have Kate Barstool on again, though. Her quote analysis added literally nothing to this discussion about Afghanistan. I appreciate her service, but she didn't describe the situation well and just kept asking why we were there to begin with, as if it was a rhetorical question with no real answer.
That's bullshit. He didn't listen because I asked her that question and she did give an answer about it, about what she was told.
And maybe it's because she just had a baby and is really fucking tired. But the idea behind it was we wanted to hear from someone who was actually over there to comment on how weird it was that they were just kind of ending the war and what that felt like for veterans who served and feel like, what did we accomplish? That was the idea.
Well, look, we appreciate all of our fans, and I'm glad that this guy likes us. But Kate Barstool, I believe, has been on more than even PFT, and of course she'll be back. So
yep.
Yeah, and it'll be a funnier topic when she comes back.
Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about furries with her next time or something. One of the other good topics she likes to talk about. That one was just right. I think Pat's explained it well. We're trying to get a literal boots on the ground impression. I think that impression, though, and your review, you're like, oh, she didn't really unveil much. Well, she did. Her point takeaway from the interview or from that discussion was that
not much.
I don't think nobody knew, right?
There's not much.
Nobody really understood the directives or what the mission was, and that was, I guess, sort of the point. And it's ending after 20 years, and we still don't know why it's ending on 9/11. So, it's a big fucking question mark, and maybe that's the context that she was providing.
And we don't watch loud movies with gunfire at the house because of it. So I'm suffering too.
So no Michael Bay.
Next review. Guys, thank you. This is from NoDac54. I found you from a guy from Fat Boy Summer on TikTok. I am so thankful he showed me you guys. He's the one who sent me the link to the podcast, and y'all are hilarious. Thank you, NoDac54.
I could tell you right now that one of the voicemail leavers, Colin Phillips, that's definitely him.
He's Colin, it's got to be.
Oh, he's a big time TikToker. So if you're on TikTok,
a big time F Boy Summer,
Fat Boy Summer, he's doing cannonballs into the pool constantly on TikTok. Fat Boy Summer it up. So if you're on TikTok, which I should be on more, hook up with Colin Phillips because he's repping Fat Boy Summer all summer long.
Okay, hell yeah. Bubba, where are we at? We got any left?
That's it.
One more. Okay, this was from J Money Mac Daddy, the best daily news, 5 stars. Longtime member of the Hardo Hive. You guys are honestly one of the best, most unbiased news shows that's out there. I like the diversity from Commie Pat to Repub Mark. I think we read this last week.
We did this one.
Yeah, we did
this one.
Okay, yep. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. We very much appreciate it. Hashtag Fatboy Summer. Don't forget that. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
What did you just say? Hashtag what?
I said hashtag Fatboy Summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think I said?
No,
send us your pics.
I want you to say it again.
In your gear.
Send us pics. Okay, when you're hashtagging Fatboy Summer, you got to send us pics in the shirt optional. That means either the gear on or off. You're holding it in your hand. Send us pics of you relaxing and chilling out with the hashtag Fatboy Summer. Treating your Thursday like an extra Friday. Grilling something at least once a week. Being warm outside. And not being
Is it lame to have a hashtag Fatboy Summer T-shirt? Because I would rock that, just like a hashtag and then Fatboy Summer.
Do they make hashtag T-shirts?
We could.
They do.
Well,
they did.
I think that's what got played out, but we could bring it back.
Maybe we can, or maybe we could finally make the gift shirt that PFT always talks about.
Or what about a Hash Browns Fatboy Summer?
Now we're talking.
What if it was a hashtag made of hash browns?
Yeah, there you go. Hashtag made of hash browns. Holy shit.
Hash brown.
Like the McDonald's style ones.
I love it. Yeah, McDonald's.
Have a great fucking weekend.